Netflix and chill? Are you just coming over to hang out? And I especially see this a lot in the younger population. Like, they're doing these things and then get mad that the guy is not opening doors for them, taking them to nice dates, or treating them a certain way. Because I will say the majority of women now are accepting being sleepers and sweepers. Women would rather have the opportunity to be a sleeper and sweeper to that Chad, that high-level guy, in their mind, who they think is high-level for whatever reason. They would rather be that because it's nice to be, it gives them an ego boost. It feeds our ego.
That's, for women, looks is broken down into presentable and face and body and height and voice. So men have that both in one thing, but women have looks, what matches with her experience and with her feelings, and it's difficult to really predict what that's going to be. It's very individual for everybody, and this is very individual for everybody too, but this only matters a little bit, and this, if you have what a woman wants in here, it can give you a few points. Like if you're not particularly presentable, but you're okay, and you don't have a lot to invest, but you're okay, and you have a little bit of things in common with her, it can boost you up a few points on the good guy score. Again, not the bad boy score. So all of those things in the good guy score, they measure how much the woman trusts you to be able to be there for her and make her look good and have a very public relationship. Very public. The more you are a good guy, the safer that she will feel going out with you and being seen with you in the friend zone, husband zone, or the Prince Charming zone. But again, if you have only good guy traits, she's not going to like you enough for any of these zones. Wow. You have to have some bad boy traits, and it could be just looking good. That's enough for some women. It can be, there are some guys who don't look that good, but they're very, very smooth again, and they have experience with women, and women like it when they know you have experience with women. If you are very dominant, if you're good at something like a sport, if you're the head of your social group, if you're the boss at a job, like if she works somewhere and her boss is very, very dominant over other people, that's going to sort of trigger something in there. It triggers something in the bad boy continuum. Men who are very confident in themselves. Dark triad traits also appears here. Dark triad traits are linked to power, and one of the ways that power is most easily accrued for men is by being kind of brutal to other people. Wow. And using them and tricking them, and it can get pretty dark. That's why it's called that. But it does result in men getting more power and more money and more status, and all of those things are attractive to women.
So I want to say also, those things that women are attracted to, the dark triad, the power that they will see in a man, when they get into a relationship with him, they start to want to change that. They don't like that he can be dismissive. They don't like that he's not thoughtful. They don't like that he's, not caring and all those things. But it's attractive, the power, but women, we don't logically think through, okay, how is this going to look? How does this translate in a man's day-to-day living with someone like that? Because a man who is caring, a man who shows affection, a man who doesn't use people, a man who has these kind of good guy qualities, we don't find it attractive when we're dating or when we're picking a mate, but then we find it attractive in a husband. So why are we picking men? Why are we going after men that have these traits that we know long term do not work? And I think the reason why is because a woman gains power in her ego and a boost when she's able to subdue or get a man to settle down with her, getting a bad boy, getting a powerful man to change just for her. She's okay with him doing certain things to other people, but with her, she wants him to have a completely different personality than what he showed up to the table with. And this is the power struggle in relationships that women are going through. This is where you're getting the alpha widow and women crying and bemoaning about men. It's because they went into something, not all, but a lot of the times, we'll go into something, know that there's red flags, but the red flags entice us because it's exciting, it's new, we like that level of power. And subconsciously, we know if we can get a man like this to be committed to just us, to care about us, then we are special now. We are different than the other girls.
Again, different women value different things differently, and you can have no looks at all, but very high masculinity, and women will like you like this. Women are very different from men in that way. If a woman is really unattractive but has a great personality, we generally will not say, well, her personality is worth enough to get up here. You have to have at least a bare minimum of looks for men. But for women, I want you to Google Henry Kissinger. He is not an attractive man, but he was sleeping with supermodels because he was very, very powerful on a global scale. Masculinity is very attractive to women. So you can have a maximum bad boy score if you have super high masculinity, if you have super high power and no looks. It's different. So the way that a woman feels about your two scores, she's going to evaluate what are your good guy traits and what are your bad boy traits, and she's going to evaluate how she feels about you. That creates, I split it up into 9 zones, and I just used terms that are familiar in our culture to make it easier for people to understand. We'll start with nothing. If you have no bad boy traits at all and no good guy traits, you're a ghost. Women don't even recognize you. You're just a thing. If you're the mailman, you're just the thing that makes the mail come, unless you're very attractive, and then you would jump up to here. Let's start by going up the good guy scale. If you are less than half good, if you're below this public line, and you have no bad boy traits at all, and you're less than half good, and you're pursuing a woman, she's gonna say, ew, you're a creep. You're not attractive to me at all, and you're not very good. So I don't want to be around you. If you go a little bit above half, women will have a gold digger relationship with men in this area if they have a lot of money. If they don't have a lot of money, it's kind of like ick.
So right there, that's where you get the sugar daddies, sugar babies, and that type of thing, or women who are with men for money. They're not really attracted to you. They're not really wanting to be with you, but we can perform. Women can pretend quite well if there's enough financial benefits in a relationship.
Kind of just, okay, this guy's pretty nice, but I don't feel anything for him, and so it's just kind of gross and leave me alone. It's similar to creep. A creep is like someone who you would not want to talk to at all, someone who you would want gone from your life, but you'd be aware of him, you would not be aware of the ghost. It would be something like, well, he has to be around and I have to tolerate him, but I don't really want to think about, starting a relationship with this guy, unless he has tons of money, and then some women will put up with it again. Some women, again, everyone is different. If you max out your good guy score and you have no bad boy points at all, you're going to be in the friend zone. Women will go out in public with you. They will let you buy them things. That if you're very, very good to her and you're treating her with investment and you're making her look good and you don't have other women. I had a video recently with a girl talking about having a guy in the friend zone and he got a girlfriend, and so she lost her investment. And she said, well, that makes me feel bad. But then again, it wasn't a relationship, so I can't say anything. She was just talking about losing free investment from a guy who she didn't like at all. So this is not somewhere you want to be. And this is something that a lot of men have trouble with. They be as nice as they can be, and they go, why don't women want me? And it's because women are not attracted to this. It's what...
Naisip ko, umikot ka na.
So then that's where they are chronically unhappy once they're married and wanting to change him, because those things that he wasn't giving her are the things that he's lacking, that she's settling for, dating down for,
Mami, bibili tayo ng
whatever
Nova
term you
for
wanna give
Mami
it. She's
pagbalik.
gonna want to
Ano gusto
constantly
mo?
try to change him into
100 pesos dito.
Prince
Nova na
Charming.
malaki
I
sa
wouldn't
Mami.
even say the husband zone. I
Ano
would
ice
say the
cream?
Prince Charming, meaning he is completely chivalrous. He gives everything
Oil?
to her,
Cookies
but
and
he's
cream?
also
Yun daw na isang araw sa Facebook. Pinakita ko
Ako rin, cookies and cream. So,
Pinakita akong post.
And this is, I just did a
Yung
video
babae
on
bumili sa ice
disrespect,
cream.
and
nung binuksan niya, the normal way, yung peel off the top, dilaan mo muna.
Yes.
Nung pinil off niya, sabi niya, parang ang weird kasi ang lambot daw ng cone. Nung tinanggal, nung pinil off niya yung dun sa cone, walang cone. It's just ice cream.
Ice cream.
So, nagka-manufacturing error.
Sa kanina punta yung error.
Oo. Hindi mo naman na-check yun kasi nakabalot eh. Kaya natawa lang ako. Ay, pwede pala yun. Kasi in
Ewan,
my head, the way they do it, cone, lalagyan ng ice cream muna.
To fill up layer by layer.
Oo.
May line sila of
lalagyan nila yung
cones.
line.
Oo.
And then, edi, if yung nakuha niya walang cone, edi, is it possible na like, yung balot na mismo, yung balot na balot, pasok sila ng shell, lalagyan nila ng ice cream, fill it up para makuha na yung shape ng ice cream, and then yung close top.
I think ano lang yun kung wari. Kasi kailangan na nakapasok na yung cone. I think ano lang talaga yun yung divider in the assembly line. Tapos napasama. Alam mo yun? Wari, minsan yung mga tinapay.
Magkaka-divider, walang divider.
May napanood ako dating video on how it's made. Yung mga loaves of bread. Diba may assembly line yun ng loaves of bread? Meron silang isang bread doon na may marker. Tapos yun yung nagki-keep track ng batches of bread. Tapos siguro, ewan, ganun. May nasama siguro yung, ewan kung bakit in this case walang cone.
Pero anyway, that would be fun. Yung bumili ka tapos nakita mo wala siyang
Kung nga, yung weirdness,
just
mga ganun.
full ice cream.
Full ice cream.
Feeling ko parang mas sulit kung ganun. Kasi you actually get the volume you
Probably. Pero I would still like the cone.
Oh, okay lang. Hindi, minsan, alam mo yung nung sa araw na binilan mo ako ng ice cream. I think masyado na siyang matagal sa freezer kasi ang lambot na
Ang lambot na ng waffle.
Parang nag-salt na yung
ano yun
yeah.
eh.
Minsan din parang you're not even eating cone.
So gusto mo nga
Ice cream.
cookies and cream ulit. Ako din gusto ko ng cookies and cream para may iba. Mommy cooked the broccoli.
Ew.
The broccoli.
Why?
Tapos
Anong
nagluto
flavor?
ako nung pinirito ko yung pork, tirang pork.
Anong tarang pork?
Yung the other day,
Yung chopped.
na chop pieces.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Fried lang?
Walang anything.
Okay. So daddy umalis.
Yes, may meeting siya.
May imi-meet siya.
May meet. Ito, inano ko kasi coding eh.
Hindi mo, Tuesday ngayon, hindi mo ito malalabas. Sana pumasok si daddy bukas para makatid niya ako.
Ask her.
Yung
Napalitan na ba yung ano mo?
Yung,
Pamasahe mo? Yung sabi mo, di ba sabi mo ubos ka na ng pera?
oo. Siyempre,
Alam nga wala kang pasok today.
Hindi, kasi field day mo.
Right.
Kuya, field demo na namin
Right,
next
right.
week. So, na kami ng choreography. Tapos na nga choreography namin eh. Timing na lang ngayon. Tapos, formation. Tapos,
Ugh.
yun.
So kanina nag-drive ako through sa dito sa Pantok. Gamit si Ino. Tapos doon parang unconsciously nag-both hands ako. Siyempre medyo hindi ko pagamay yun eh. So on guard pa ako. Dito sa usual natin sa MIS, medyo marunong na ako. Kaya ko na mag-single hand.
Nauutot ako sa'yo. I need to fart again kasi we're inside. I don't fart in public. I'm nice like that.
Lumayo ka lang sa may tao. Ako shameless ako eh.
Labs channel. I think he's very smart, and you can actually he sells this map that you can actually have me buy one just so I can have it because I just love the illustrations that he used. And his whole channel, he does things like this to try to show the inconsistencies and the fallacies in women's logic when it comes to dating and relationships. A lot of times, the behavior that we do, the dating that we do, it is not geared towards what we say we want.
So may tinapay pa ba dyan?
Hindi ko na alam, honestly.
Hindi ko nakita ka nila
Ano na, hindi ko na na-check. Hindi ko na rin na-check every morning.
For this video, and also follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Real Nani King. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
You can take seemingly an average person and you can turn them into something extraordinary. And if you take an extraordinary person, what you will find is that they have gone through some kind of process to make them that way. You're the instrument of yourself. And once you start teaching people those things, you see an astronomical improvement in basically
Dadaan ako dun sa ano yung sa gitna.
happiness, income, life satisfaction. Studying to become a monk,
Basa ko ba?
trained and taught at Harvard Medical
pasok
School.
ko natin.
I'm a clinician, I've done neuroscience research. Can you hear the movement? The scientific answer is thank you very much, Dr. K. I love
Akala ko bibili ka muna ng
Healthy Gamer.
Oo nga, dun na din.
Came
Baka
on the
meron
Ice Copy
sila.
Hour podcast. You do these things where you psychoanalyze
Kasi
other
hindi
massive
pala.
creators. You've done it for like Ludwig. You've done it for XQC. Also, you've done it for Destiny. For all of these people, and they are so fascinating. And I'm
Ano tawag
noticing
dun sa hairstyle
looks
nila?
like those ultra successful
Wolf
people.
cut pa rin
They
eh.
are uniquely
Yung wolf cut kasi
special.
parang,
It's just the shag.
ironically enough, parang siyang
Notice
mane,
this.
parang
So
siyang
all
lion's
these people
mane.
are outliers, but I
Nag-expand
think
yung
the really
buhok kaya
interesting thing is that
nagpapaan.
Kasi layered
when I
siya.
talk to these people, and for the record, I don't psychoanalyze them like psychoanalysis.
Hindi siya
is
pantay,
like 4
layered
hours of
siya.
work,
Kaya
40
nagmumukha
years,
siyang
years is really what
Hindi ka naman.
psychoanalysis is. But I think that if you look at like generally
Naiikot
speaking,
ka?
human beings,
Hindi, yung, doon nga ako dadaan sa gitna eh, para diretso,
like the
tapos
fundamental
mabili
nature
tayong
of the
ice
way that
cream
our
tsaka
mind works, the
Nova.
way that our brain works, like we all basically have the same parts of the brain.
Maano eh, maraming
Parts of the brain do the
kotse,
same
kaya
things.
ano, ito
And
na
in
lang.
some people, the activity levels
Smart
of different
host.
parts of their being, their personality, their brain, call it whatever you want to, are
Ito
just
ba?
at different
Huh?
places.
Ano ba yung bahay niyo
Right?
ulit?
And so that's
Ito.
what really creates an outlier.
This one?
I mean, there may be
Ito,
some genetic
itong malaki.
Oh right, this one, that's the big
Ayun,
one.
nandun dalawang
My
kotse.
experience has been overwhelmingly that
Inangking na
you
nila
can
tong
take
harap ng
an
stick.
average
Ngayon,
person
ayun na
and
ipasok.
you can turn them
Kaya
into
man
something
sila eh,
extraordinary.
talaga.
And if you take an extraordinary person, what you will find is that they have gone through some kind of process to make them that way. And like that was the experience of like my life. Like
Saan na
that's-
using wolf cuts?
so they just
TikTok?
weren't born as an extraordinary person.
Parang
so it
I
depends on
never
how you
see it
define
anywhere.
extraordinary. So like you
It's
can look
weird.
at IQ, for example, and you can say like
Saan pa
all
ba?
these people probably have super high IQs. But like there are a lot of people in society who have the same level of IQ that like let's say streamers have. Very successful. Interestingly enough, there's even some data that suggests that high IQ on the whole correlates with like success up until a point. But if you're a very, very high IQ, there's some evidence that suggests that it's actually very hard to be successful.
Is that why gifted kids are often special needs? That was one of your most viewed videos.
Yeah, so this was something that blew my mind when I was in residency training. I had a supervisor one time that told me that, like, you know, gifted kids are like special needs
Ang
kids.
wide na ang
And
skip
that kind of blew my mind, and I asked her, like, what do you mean by that? And so she started explaining this to me, and then I sort of realized it, and I realized that this is what had happened to me. So if you think about a child who's gifted, right? So let's say that you're in like the top 1 or 2% of IQ. The first thing to understand is that your experience of school is going to be very different, right? So kids who are very smart literally have
Slowly.
needs. that are
Natitimpla ko,
different
naiintindihan ko na
than
yung ano, pag
So,
mag-turn
look at
ako,
academics.
slowly lang,
School
wag kaagad
is the
mag-ano,
pace of
wag
the
kaagad.
slowest child.
As in, as slowly as possible.
Ah.
Pag nag-inch ka, kapag kasi nag-gas ka, not only nagtuturn ka, pero umabante ka rin. Pero pag wala pang
Oo,
gas,
kuya, oo nga.
Na-explain ko lang, parang ito, nag-introduction.
So the system is sort of designed to
Oh,
take
dito.
the worst performing kids and kind
Dito
of like
na, kasi
make
meron
sure
din
they're
sila.
doing okay. So
Pag
we
gusto
look
mo
at,
ikaw
like,
bumili.
special education at schools.
Bumili
What
ka
is
na
special
lang.
education for the kids who are struggling, not the kids who are bored. And this is what tends to happen with kids who are super smart is that they get bored with school.
So
I
baka
remember when I was like in the
Bilisan mo
first
lang.
grade, my math teacher gave me a worksheet. And
Diretso
she
na
was
ako.
like, "Here's the worksheet."
Ano naman.
And so I did the worksheet, and I walked up to her and I said, "Here." Like 10 minutes later, I
Dito
gave it to
ako,
her. And I was like, "Can I
mabilis
have the
lang.
next one?"